Hey Credit Warriors, Credit Shifu here, and there is a new Marriott card out from Chase, the Marriott Bonvoy Bold card. Now we've known that this card would be coming out in summer 2019 for quite a while. First of all, I'll give you a little bit of background on how this card came about. So basically, last year we did a video on Chase and American Express signing a deal, or signing two deals, with the new Marriott/SPG conglomerate, which is now just called Marriott. Okay, so the merged Marriott and SPG hotels. Marriott bought SPG, and now they're a merged hotel chain. So, and in those deals, basically it said that Amex would be running the high-end personal credit cards for Marriott, and also the business credit cards, and that Chase would be running the low to mid-tier personal credit cards for Marriott. So that's why you saw the Ritz-Carlton card closing to new applicants, and also the Marriott business card from Chase closing to new applicants. And then on the American Express side, the old SPG card, which is now the Marriott, the one with the modern art design on it, that's a kind of a mid-tier personal card, that also closed to new applicants because they're not allowed to do it anymore because they're bound by contract. And so since Chase got the contract for the low and mid-tier personal cards, they have released this new Marriott Bonvoy Bold card, which is no annual fee, and it's literally just come out. Okay, so it's kind of a low-tier Marriott. I would say comparable to the Hilton Honors American Express, just the basic one. If you want to compare it to the Hilton credit cards. So let's have a look. Well, first of all, the first thing you'll notice about this card is that it's got a 50,000 Marriott points sign-up bonus. Now that's quite good, actually, quite a good sign-up bonus for a card of this tier. Okay, I would call this, it's sort of a tier 2 card, really, I guess, in my my credit card tier system. Okay, but it's quite a high sign-up bonus for the tier. So 50,000 points. We'll use the points guy's valuation for those. It's 0.8 cents. Okay, it's devalued slightly actually since last year. They've increased the amount of points you need for certain redemptions in their reward chart. But anyway, so it's 0.8 cents a piece. And so that works out that the sign-up bonus would be worth $400, average value. Okay, you could probably get more value for it, maybe sometimes less, but approximately $400 in value, and that's for $2,000 in spending in the first 3 months. The spending is quite high, okay, for this tier of card, but it's a high sign-up bonus, so that's pretty cool. But there are some restrictions on actually who is eligible for this bonus, okay? So I'm gonna give you a screenshot and I'm gonna go through this with you guys. So you're not eligible for this, actually not just the bonus, but for the card at all, if you have basically any other Chase Marriott card. But you can product change. Okay, you see here it says, you can call to see if you're eligible for a product change. You're also not eligible if you have got a bonus on any Marriott credit card from Chase in the last 24 months. Okay, so those are the Chase, kind of conditions. And now we're going to have a look at Amex cards, because Amex cards will affect whether you're eligible for this card as well. So you're not eligible for the bonus if you're a current card member of the Marriott Bonvoy Amex, which is the old SPG card. That's the new modern art design one, okay? So if you're a current card member. Also, you're not eligible for the bonus if you have had a bonus on any of the other Marriott Amex cards in the last 24 months, or if you have successfully applied for any of those cards in the last 90 days. So yeah, pretty restrictive, okay? And people were joking on Reddit, it's like, they've released this new card, but no one's eligible for it. Anyway, all right, let's go into the point earning. Obviously, if you've never had a Marriott card before, you'll be eligible for it and you'll be eligible for the bonus. If you have had any other Marriott card, I suggest you, go through the terms and conditions of who's eligible for the bonus with a fine tooth comb. Okay, so let's look at the point earning. So this card earns 3 points per dollar at Marriott properties, okay? Reasonably good, not bad. I would say if we're using that 0.8 value for the points, that would be roughly 2.4 cents per dollar in value you're earning. Then for travel, it earns 2 points per dollar, so that would be 1.6 cents in value per dollar. And on everything else, it earns 1 point per dollar. So that's 0.8 cents per dollar value on everything else. So the takeaway from that is if you're using this card for anything other than travel or spending at Marriott properties, you're getting less than you'd get with a 1% cashback card. Okay, so really not worth it. And if you have other cards like the Sapphire Reserve and stuff like that, well, it would be better to use that for travel because that gets 3 points and this only gets 2 points, and then you can transfer them to Marriott anyway through Chase. So the point earning isn't that impressive, but because this is sort of more of an entry level card, A lot of people who have this card won't have those other options. You know, they won't necessarily have the Sapphire Reserve or whatever. So, you know, it's not impressive, but actually if you're at that level, maybe it's as good as you can get, you know? Now, let's have a look at the benefits of this card. There aren't that many, but we'll go through them anyway. So you get 15 elite nights every year, which gives you silver status, okay? So for silver status, you have to stay 10 nights a year, so 15 covers you for that. Now, you may just think, wait a minute, isn't that the same as the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless card, which gives you automatic silver status? Well, not really, because that first gives you automatic silver status just by opening the card, and then it also gives you 15 elite nights. But those elite nights, well, they're kind of getting you on the way to gold, right? But it is actually kind of the same. You think, oh, it just works in a different way, but really it's the same. It is basically the same, which is kind of weird, okay? The Marriott Bonvoy Boundless card gives you a paid avenue to gold, which is $35,000 in spending on the card, which is a pretty high spending requirement. So really, I think that kind of sucks. But anyway, back to the Bold card. Let's talk about the benefits of silver status. So I'm putting that up on screen now. You get this ultimate reservation guarantee, which is basically if they're unable to fulfill your stay because the hotel's fully booked or something, overbooked, they'll organize for you to stay nearby and pay for that. And they'll also give you money and points as compensation. So, you know, I'll show you this chart on screen. You can just have a look at some of the compensation. It varies by brand, but it's pretty generous. To be honest though, ultimate guarantee, I mean, at a minimum, I would think they should pay for you to stay somewhere else nearby, okay? I don't know if that's the case or not, but anyway, getting points and cash as compensation is really, you know, that's a great perk, icing on the cake kind of thing. But at a minimum, they should be paying for you to stay nearby. You get a 10% points bonus on stays. You get late checkout, doesn't say what time on the chart, and you get a dedicated reservation line. So I'd say all these perks are kind of like, they're kind of small things, okay? Sure, they do add up to a whole, you know, making your stay better, but they really aren't, there's nothing on there that you could really say, wow, that is a great perk that's going to save you a lot of money. Examples of that would be free breakfast, lounge access, upgrade, you know, that kind of thing. So there's nothing really like that with silver status. Silver status is just the second rung on the ladder. It's really not that, you know, it's not that high. Basically, it's almost nil, the benefit from it, okay, I would say, okay? In the Marriott system, even gold isn't that great. It's better than silver, but still you need to be platinum, really, to start reeling in real benefits that are gonna save you a lot of money. But anyway, it's a 0 annual fee card. What do you expect? And speaking of no fees, another benefit of this card is that there are no foreign transaction fees. But one downside of it is that there's no free night. Well, normally you wouldn't expect a free night anyway on a card that has no foreign transaction fees. So that's, you know, that's nothing unusual about that. So this isn't one of those hotel, what we call sock drawer cards that you can just have, not really use, but just put in your sock drawer, and then every year you pay the annual fee, you get the free night. And you know, the annual fee is like 95, but the free night is worth 200 or more, so you make money. This isn't that kind of card, okay? So who would I say this card would be a good fit for? Well, there are two groups of people, I would say, who would benefit from this card. Let's check them out. Number one would be those who are just getting a foot in the door, okay? So first rung of the ladder, maybe their credit score isn't that high, they perhaps have like a card like maybe the Chase Freedom or, you know, a Discover It or whatever, and they can only really get approved for those lower tier cards. It's a first step on the ladder, okay? So those kind of people, foot in the door, first step on the ladder, I think that's, you know, it's a decent card for that, all right? Second, I would say it's a good downgrade option from the higher tier Marriott card, so the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless card, all right? If you don't want to pay that $95 annual fee anymore, you don't feel the card brings you that much benefit, maybe you stay at Hilton's more often than you stay at Marriott's, you could consider downgrading to this card. So it's a no annual fee downgrade option, and that's always valuable to have, okay? So those are really the two groups of people I would say would benefit from this card. Otherwise, it's, you know, it's a pretty basic card. It's not a card that I would get, but I think, you know, if you are just starting out, you're not that experienced, you might want to think, oh, I don't want to get a hotel card that has an annual fee. I'll wet my feet with this one first, etc. So yeah, guys, just let me know what you think below. This card is live, so if you do want it, you can go on Chase's website or Marriott's website and apply for it. And yeah, please subscribe if you're new. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.